Good morning, Aries. It's Melanie at Tarot Alignment. Yes, it's Moo Day. Everybody put on your moo or, I don't know, your favorite shorts and your favorite sweatshirt. It's that kind of day. It's in between. It's kind of like we're feeling in between winter, in between spring, and warmy, cooly. I remember when I lived back east, is that even, 65 degrees, it was like, oh my God, this is great. And I would be wearing shorts. I was always wearing shorts. I love my shorts, but the older I get, I wear muumuus. Anyway, I had a thought today. I was watching other tarot card readers, and I kept turning them off because some of them, it was just like this doom and gloom. And I'm like, I don't want that energy. I don't want that in my head. I don't want it, the message like that. So that is really perfectly okay to turn off something that just does not make sense to you, because you're taking in that energy and you may not think about it, but it's still there. So when you're protecting your energy, you really got to protect like who you're around. Are you around positive people? Are you around negative people? And really set up the boundaries. Even, a television program that it just doesn't feel like right, like you should be watching it, then don't watch it. I mean, sometimes I watch really scary movies, and sometimes I love my, rom-coms, my romance stories. And other times I like reading books. So anyway, just the message that, besides the tarot message, is just protect what you ingest mentally. Okay, Aries. Let's get into your reading. This is going to be on my whiteboard. I have it written down. It's, your main thing, your past, what's already happening, your future, something new, the root of the issue, and the opportunity. So let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, let's do another shuffle. I'm feeling really good today. I hope you are too. Okay. Tell me what I need to know about Aries. Tell me what I need to know about Aries. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Four of Cups. Feeling regret. Well, we all feel some kind of regret. And that may be regret in business. It is Wednesday. You may be upset about what you said or did on Monday. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a hold on you. Okay. In the past, you were in the Nine of Swords too. Okay, so that's also a sense of regret. That's, having anxiety. And and in this card, she's doing a lot of writing. So that tells me that there's some kind of history. So you may be going through some kind of introspection of, what you have done in the past. But again, this is in the past. And yeah, you may be feeling like, oh, I could have invested in this a little bit differently. And that could be person or business. But it's, these are temporary feelings. Because see, here in the future, in the future, all this, anxiety and regret ends up with that introspection and that wisdom. And when you get this card, this means that you're just about to get there. And it's going to be in the future. Now, that could be tomorrow. It could be next week. It could be next month. It depends on, like a line in Shawshank Redemption. I watched it yesterday. And it's like, are you practicing dying or are you practicing living? And I love the part where it's all about hope. So this is hope. This is hope. This is number 2. This comes after the Magician. So you're gaining the tools right now to be in that High Priestess mode. So that's positive. Okay, so the root of the issue here is judgment. See, again, analysis. Self-analysis, and like whether you have accomplished everything that you need to accomplish. Well, only you can tell you that. Only you know that. And, here in this 9 of Swords, you were writing everything down. And it's like, go back and see what you wrote down, and you'll realize that it's not that bad. It's only as long as how long you're going to allow it to hold you. Okay, now the opportunity, again, this is fabulous. See, the opportunity is to go forward. You got the 2 here. 2s are all about going forward. It's about change. A change in latitude, change in attitude. And the best thing is to wake up in the morning and, Mel Robbins says, you wake up in the morning and you give yourself a high five and you tell yourself how much you love you. And the dark night of the soul, when people talk about that, that's about getting to know you and getting to love you. You have to love yourself before you can love anybody else, right? Hurt people. So that is very good advice. Okay. Let's get clarifiers, because we love clarifiers. I love clarifiers. Let's see. I think I'm going to pull 3 cards for each thing. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the main issue here is, feeling some kind of regret. Hello, regret. Okay, so you have the Star card, the Fool card, and the 7 of Wands. Each one of these cards talks about, the Star is that is your dream. What is your dream? The Fool card is taking a leap of faith towards that dream. And the 7 of Wands is protecting yourself against people who may not see your dream in like mind. Does that make sense? This doesn't look like a love reading, but it does talk about self and protecting self and following your dream. As long as it's safe. I mean, the Fool card takes a leap off of, a leap of faith. But having faith and hope in your dream and who you are and what you want to believe in, those are all good things. And in life, every day is a teaching moment. Every day you learn something new. And that is what I believe Spirit is telling you, is to receive those messages that you get in your sleep and start journaling them, and eventually you're going to see, okay, yeah, this is great. This is really great. I'll tell you a story in a minute. Okay, in the past, the 9 of Swords, you're just so anxious. And you're anxious because you're holding on to something. And this is interesting. So you have that Magician. I said earlier that, when you have this High Priestess, that you were gaining that Magician knowledge. You are gaining the tools. And and here it demonstrates that you're holding on to those tools And you're learning how to balance these feelings out. And that was in your past. Again, in your past. So what you have now is that you have those tools. You have those tools and the ability to go forward. Because see, in the future, you're at, number 2, the High Priestess. And see, what happens is that you have the Hangman, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. So in that Hangman, the Hangman is taking a pause. And the pause is not defined by a time, it's defined by you. How long do you want to take that pause? Because here you have this Queen of Wands, and this Queen of Wands is a very resourceful person, is a very dependable person. And that's who you are, Aries. You are a dependable person. And that reaches your Ten of Cups. Once you see your value is you'll have your Ten of Cups. But in the future, you're going to be going through a pause, or most likely you'll be going through this pause, and you will realize that you are your own Ten of Cups. Now, also, this Queen of Pentacles is somebody of material wealth, is what is said. Now, material wealth isn't always monetary. It's not always material wealth. Could be knowledge. And the most power you can get in life is to have knowledge. So when you're in this High Priestess mode, you're gaining knowledge. And you already had the Magician, so now you have this. Now at the root here, we had Judgment, where you're judging yourself in what you're doing right now. And that's okay, because we have the Ace of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands talks about there are other people in your life that may be, your opposition. And you're learning with love, with that Ace of Cups, that new beginning with love, how to give equal balance with that Six of Cups to those people who are opposing or giving you opposition. And learning how to adapt to that situation is really smart. That's really smart, because you can't sit there and hit your head up against the wall all the time. Like, you got to think my way. So what you've learned is that you've learned how to communicate with that person in such a way that they can understand where you're coming from, and you're coming from a place of love. And coming from a place of love is always the best solution to everything. And you're trying not to hurt their ego when you're talking. And I get the feeling that you're taking the word you did this, you're taking you out, and you're saying, like, I feel. And that's really great. So the opportunity that you are learning from all of this is going into the future. He's holding up that orb, and he's like, okay, I'm going north. I'm going east. I'm going to Malibu. That kind of thing. And that's what you're doing. And what's interesting is that once you've gained all this, you get a visitor. You get a visitor because people are going to start seeing you differently. And this visitor is somebody with love. And I know this because we have the Queen of Cups. And then you have a choice. You'll begin to start having choices in love again. And this is what's so great. This is like coming out of that hermit mode into the spring, and you're opening up your wings and you're starting to fly again. We all go into that hermit, shell during winter. I do. I mean, I'm really dark. I know my dark. And during winter. And then when spring comes and everything's pretty and things are blooming, that's when it comes out. That's when, it's like Wednesday Moo Moo Day and stuff like that. And these are like little little milestones. It's like always take a little bite out of the apple. Don't try to eat the whole apple. It's too big. You just take little bites. So what you don't see coming, like I said, there's love coming your way. There's a visitor. And this could be someone from your past. But I kind of get the feeling it's somebody new. I'm leaning more towards new. But you share things. Like you may be from the same town. Or you may be from the same company. Or, there's some kind of familiarity with this person that you really are digging. So what you don't see coming is an Emperor. Now, Aries, this is your sign. But this also can mean that a very stable person is coming into your life. And this person cares about everybody, not just himself, but everybody, and wants to make sure everybody in the whole picture is happy. I see with this Ten of Swords is that you're leaving things behind. And there's choices. It's not confusion. It's choices. And you realize choices. And you realize with this Five of Cups, there are things you need to leave behind. In order to go forward, there are things to leave behind. Because here we have that Nine of Pentacles of growth. Now, all of this could also be read like this, Aries, we're leaving that behind. And we're no longer confused. We're leaving that. We're letting go of things that don't serve us because we're on our way of growth. And you can read it that way. But I believe that this is somebody coming in. And I'm going to clarify that right now. I know this reading is going quite long. But let's see. Who is this Emperor coming into Aries' life? Who is this? I told you. Okay. There's resting, walking away from a certain love, going towards a new love for your Ace of Pentacles. So this person has been just maybe watching. Maybe they were in a relationship and they're walking away from that relationship and they're coming towards you to give you their pentacle. This is new love coming towards you. Okay. I don't think I want to get into an oracle card. I have a hard time with the oracle cards. I don't know why. I try. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But this to me is you've got a new love coming in, and it's going to be great. I love you, Aries, and I hope you enjoyed this reading, and it's Moo Wednesday. Okay. Bye-bye. Like and share.